Welcome everyone to Hammer Down TV. My name is Lincoln. I'll be your commentator for today. I'm going to go ahead and get started off here with the starting lineup for Heat 1 of the long race at Williams Grove today. So first off, sitting on the pole is going to be Richard Starlings. On his outside is going to be Matthew Everts. Row 2 inside is going to be Thomas Coggins. On his outside is going to be Keith Hackney. On the inside of row 3 is going to be Kyle Falk. Outside of him is going to be Carl Young. And the next two are commentators, which are not going to be there. We should be going green this time around, folks. The cars will start to tighten up, giving the pace truck quite a bit of space there. Pace truck pulls off there. Muds a flying, and we're going green. Flag racing into the first pair with, let's see who that is. The 175 in first place. Sorry if I'm a little slow with the name calling because I do not have my stuff up right now. We'll have the 175 still in first with the 09 car and the 88 coming by. And the 09 and 88 make contact on the back straightaway. Seems there's not going to be any caution for that. The field is pretty spaced out right now. Once again, you have 175 up front. We're going to have the 52 in second place, and can't see who's back there in third. We're going to have Keith Hackney in third, sorry. Oh, the 52 actually just got around the 175 of Richard Stallings. Battle for first coming out of turn 4. Remember, folks, the top 4 go to the feature for the invert. Oh, 75 shoots right around the 52. Battle. Oh, 3 wide in the corner. Oh, 52 around on the front stretch. That's not going to be good for him. No cautions. Keith Hackney up in first, and 175 just right behind him, not too far back. Looks like the 88 is going to try to get on the bottom of the 175. Oh, race is over. Checkered flag. It was a great race there. Your final results for that heat are gonna be, we're gonna have Keith Hackney in first place for winning the first heat of the dirt super late models at Williams Grove tonight. We're gonna have Richard Stallings getting second place. Thomas Coggins, sorry about this name pronunciation, and third. And Carl Young in fourth. Those are going to be your top 4 that transfer into the feature. Now we're going to move on to Heat 2. Hopefully we can get some great racing from these guys. And your starting lineup for Heat number 2 of Dirt Super Late Model Racing here at Williams Grove Speedway is going to be George Curtis on the pole. We're going to have Richard Spar on the outside of him. Kyle Beck is going to be on the inside of row 2 with Eric Elmore, the current points leader for the Rush Late Model Series, is going to be on the inside of row 2. Outside of row 2. Dustin Sizemore is going to be on the inside of row 3. Cole Harvey should be on the outside, but he's not because he's an admin for tonight, and so is Brenda Harvey. We will be making one more complete lap around here before we do get that green flag. Actually, Dustin Sizemore grading 5th is going to be your 2nd place right now in the Rush Dirt Series. Your 2nd place in points. Pace truck is in, cars are tight. And we are going green flag racing down the front stretch. 64 with a great start there. 39 about made contact with the 7 there, but 71, but didn't. 71 on the bottom of 64. 64 gets pushed into the wall a little bit there. Just a little love tap, nothing to be mad about. Since we have Dustin Sizemore going in the back, just got a little loose there, made contact with the car, and did happen to grab the wall. Some pretty close racing up here on the front. 39 in the 7. Looks like 39 is going to try to get it on the bottom. Coming out of turn 4, and he does. They make contact on the front stretch. .39 all around the 7. Oh, they make contact again on the back stretch. .39 tries the bottom line, and Richard Spar up on the top line. We're about halfway right here, folks. Looks like the 71 of Richard Spar is just holding on for dear life. Kyle right behind him every single turn. One little mistake by Richard could mean a whole result. Whole place at the very end of it. Seems the 39 slowed down there a little bit. 420, Eric Elmore starting to peak. Oh, Eric hits the inside wall in turn 3, and gets spun around. Looks like he's not going to be able to get it going quick enough. Eric might have just lost his chance at winning this heat. Back to the 39 and the 7. Still some great close racing up front. It looks like maybe the 7's going to have this one, but you never know. Like I said, any small sudden mistake could, affect all of this race. So your top 4 that are going to be transferring are going to be Richard Spar, Kyle Beck, Curtis, and Dustin Sizemore. Eric Elmore, hopefully he can make it up. Well, there's Dustin Sizemore and Eric Elmore, both really good drivers, both in the back, just because of little incidents they had during the earlier part of this heat. So well, I guess we'll see who can get the end of that transfer spot for the race. Well, folks, that's going to mean a Richard Spar in the... That's going to have Richard Spar in first place for the Heat 2. Kyle Beck for the Heat 2. Sorry, Kyle Beck in second for Heat 2. George Curtis in third. And... But... My bad, guys. My... stuff just got messed up. Crap. Okay, folks. That would be your top 4 transferring. Seems that for the feature we're gonna have basically 1, 2, 3. There we go, folks. They are back and good. So the result of Heat 2 was Eric Elmore not going to be able to make it to the feature for tonight. He's going to be able to make it for the feature tonight, but did not end up getting that original transfer spot that originally was needed. And never mind, sorry. Well, folks, while we are taking this short break for warm-ups, I would like to go ahead and talk about just how close these top 3 are in points. We have Eric Elmore with 219 points, with just 3 points behind Eric. Dustin Sizemore with 216 points, and Matthew Everts in 3 points. This race could be a deciding factor about who's going to get that first place spot coming out of this race. Looks like we're going to be having the red flag for the warm-up, which means we're getting into that feature for the Rush Dirt Series. And hopefully not many cautions ahead of us, but like I said, you know, even though these guys do have quite a bit of points, you know, you could always have someone from the back come up and just snatch that first place spot, or even it's top 5 in points. It's kind of crazy how much just one race can affect how you place in points. But there always is that sorry guys, there always is that opportunity from basically anyone in the back, since we do have quite a few more opportunities to get more points and, you know, get better. Okay, so we have 13 seconds remaining till that pace truck is going to start rolling for our feature from the Rush Series. Let me go ahead and get you guys the starting lineup for the Rush Series Super Late Models at Williams Grove. So your starting lineup is going to have Keith Hackney on the pole. On his outside is going to be Richard Spar. On the inside of row 2 is going to be Richard Stallings. On the outside of him is going to be Kyle Beck. On the inside of him is going to be Thomas Cuggins. On the outside of him is going to be George Curtis. On the inside of row 4, I think. Sorry. Yeah, on the inside of row 4 is going to be Carl Young. On the outside of him is going to be Dustin Sizemore. And last but not least, on the row 5 inside is going to be Kyle Falk, I don't know, sorry. And on the outside of him is going to be Eric Elmore. And all the way in the very back, not last and surely not least, Matthew Everts in row 6 on the inside. We will be having about a half a track here before the pace truck comes off the track surface, and we do get that green flag for the Rush Series and the Dirt Super Late models. Pace truck is off. And Keys brings us to the green, and he's going green flag, green flag. All the way down the front stretch, close racing. Oh, we have the 88 car caution coming out. Looks like, let's go back here and look at the replay. Looking like the 88 just kind of got bumped around, smashing in there, just like everyone else normally does in that first corner. Yep, looks like the 25 just grabbed the back of the 88 and got him spun around. I don't know whose fault, who they're going to put up fault for that. But definitely, like I said, you know, in the corners, you know, that first corner, everyone's always like real aggressive because, I mean, if you have a good first corner, that's normally going to play a pretty good leading factor in your next 10 laps or so. Unless you just have those crazy people that are definitely crazy. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and head back onto the leader I'm going to go ahead and head on back to the leader. Looks like Keith Hackney is actually going to be staying up in first. We're going to have Richard Spar up in the second place. I do not know what they're going to do about the... Sorry. I don't know what they're going to do about how they want to do this, because single file restarts are probably not going to be very great here, and neither are the double file, but we'll see how this works out and what we are doing for this. Looks like they're all single file right now, but you know that always changes because Iracing can't make up their mind sometimes. Okay, looks like we're going to be staying single file down the backstretch. Your restart lineup is going to be Keith Hackney, Richard Spar, Kyle Beck, Richard Stallings, George Curtis, Dustin Sizemore, Matthew Everett, Eric Elmore, and Kyle Folk, and last but not least, Thomas Coggins and Carl Young. Pace truck is off. 69 has control of when we're going green. And we're going green flag racing, folks. All the way down the front stretch into turn 1. Looks like with the 64 and the 175 are going to make contact, but both of them do keep going. Looks like the 69 of Keith Hackney is going to start pulling away from number 71, Richard Spar. But that could change at any time, any small mistake. Oh, looks like we're going to be having a caution. Let's see if we can find out who that's for. Oh, big wreck on the backstretch there, folks. That is brutal. So it looks like, folks, they were coming out of turn 2, and looks like the 11 got into the 64. Cars just could not stop in time. The 11 got just slammed. The 64 got slammed, and it looks like both drivers are going to be able to drive away, but it looks like we're going to have the 11 going into the pits, because that car definitely did have some pretty big damage done to it, obviously. Looks like he's going to be using his one fast repair, and he is going to be pulling out of the pits. Dustin Sizemore is back out on the track. We're going to go back to the 69 of Keith Hackney. Okay, folks, we got one more lap before we're going to get that green flag again. Your lineup for this restart is going to be the number 69 of Keith Hackney in first, the number 71 of Richard Sfar in second, the number 39 of Kyle Beck in third, and the 06 of Matthew Everts, our third place person in points, Matthew Everts, in fourth place. Eric Elmore, the first person, our first place in points in this series, in fifth. And we're going to be going green as soon as he decides to put out that green. The pace truck is off, pulling in. 69 has control. Oh, and get bumped from the back, but we are still green flag racing down the front stretch. The 06 and the 39 making a little contact there, but no big touches. Looks like the Keith Hackney and the 69 is just going to be pulling away from those drivers. Let's go back and look at this 06. Oh, we have a caution coming out. Looking like the 175 may have been involved just out of the corner of my screen. I did happen to see that. Oh, it seems the 39 of Kyle Beck just kind of hit the wall there. He just touched the outside wall, got spun around, and spun around. Looks like the 52 tried to stop, but when the caution came out, 175 also tried to stop, and he made a little contact. No big deal, but that's got to be a tough break for the 39 of Kyle Beck. Looks like the 39 of Kyle Beck is going to be going ahead and get his one fast repair that every racer gets, and he's going to be coming out on the track, and hopefully he can catch the back of the field. It's like the pace truck is going to be going around one more time to get these drivers in line and get the lineup good. Your starting lineup for this restart is going to be 69 once again up front, 71 in second, the 06 in third, and the 420 of our points leader Eric Elmore in fourth, and the 88 of Thomas Coggins in fifth. Okay, folks, cars should be starting to tighten up here, and they are. The pace truck is starting to get ready to pull off of this track, and we're going to be going green flag racing any second here, folks. Pace truck is off, and we are going green flag racing down the front stretch, folks. In the first corner already. And we have the 69 of Keith Hackney in front, and Richard Sfar following right behind him. Once again, Keith Hackney already starting to pull away from these drivers. Looks like the only thing that's really keeping them close is these cautions. 71 and 06 side by side battling for second. 06 kind of pulls away from the 71 there. .420 and 71 right beside each other. 71 coming around the outside of Matthew Everts, but just taps the wall on the outside, and that's going to make him lose a few spots. Looks like the 06 of Matthew Everts made his way up to second place and is going to start trying to pursue Keith Hackney in first place for that first place spot in your Rush Series today. Matthew starting to pull away from the 420 of Eric Elmore. Eric around Richard to put him in 70, to put the number 71 in fourth place. Which would still have, the 52 gets a little sideways there and almost clips that inside wall in the turn one. Keith and Matthew still ahead of everyone else. It's like Matthew is actually running about the same times as Keith. So I don't know if Matthew's going to be able to catch up to him, but we will see as this race goes on with 10 laps to go. The 175 and the 88 trying to battle each other to get in that top 5. Looks like the 88 is going to keep it. The 88 clips the inside wall there, doesn't get spun, just kind of bounces. The 175 also got a little loose there, so the 88 didn't lose much ground, but it looks like the 71 is going to try to get around the outside of the 175, but that is not going to be happening. Once again, 69 in the 06 still in front, kind of farther a little bit away from everyone else, but the 420 of Eric Elmore is starting to catch up to Matthew Everts. Well, this is all happening. Keith is just gunning it. He is faster than everyone. Oh, we do have a caution coming out for the 39 and the 71, it looks like. So they were going into, so it looks like they were going into turn 1, folks. The 71 just clipped the back of the 39. No big deals, no big wrecks. Just a few little spins there. Probably not very happy. Oh, looks like the 39 did happen to hit that inside tire. And probably might have messed up his tires a bit. If it didn't, that's amazing. But no harm, no big harm done, folks. We'll be getting back to green flag racing anytime here. Okay, folks, that's going to put the 06 at a better opportunity to get around that 69 car up front, still up front. He's leaded basically the whole race. I don't really know for sure if he has lost any positions yet. Single file restart. We're going to be going one more time around here before we can get this green flag for the for our super late model race here at Williamsgrove. We're going to be on the back stretch here, folks, and we're still going to have that 69 up front. The 420, our points leader, is just trailing right behind Matthew, which is going to be our third place in points, with Keith Hackney in front, which he is going to be not even in the top 20. Anyway, we're going green flag racing here down the front stretch. Keith Hackney with the great restart. 06 and the 420 making a little contact there, but no big deal. The 06 pulls away from the 420. like the 06 are going to make a little bit of ground up on Keith Hackney there, but just not enough to get back up in his bumper. Looks like the 25 and the 175 are also going to make a little contact there in turn 1, but nothing big is going to happen of it. It's looking like 52, Kyle Fack just made a little contact there on the inside wall. No harm done. Doesn't look like it caused any damage to his car. We have 1 to go, folks. This is a good one to watch and a good one to race. Folks, that was going to be your checkered flag right there. That was some amazing racing we saw today, folks. Definitely hard fought. Keith Hackney coming out on top with Matthew Everett in second, Eric Elmore in third, Kyle Fack in fourth, and Thomas Coggins in fifth. That's going to be your top 5. Now your top 10 are going to be Richard Stallings in 6th, Carl Young in 7th, Dustin Sizemore in 8th, and the number 71 car of Richard Farr in 9th. Kyle Beck is going to be 3 laps down in the end of it just because of some small mistakes that caused big accidents. He's going to end up in 10th, and sadly, George Curtis is going to be 25 laps behind. The 420 making a few extra laps around there just to celebrate a little bit. We're going to go ahead and grab these guys and so we can get some good interviews with them. Just make sure you guys stay tuned, and we will talk to you in about 30 seconds.
User was moved to your channel.
So first off, folks, we're going to be talking to Eric Elmore, the current points leader. Eric, how did it feel today?
It was alright. It's kind of hard with all the cautions to get much passing done. There's only one lane really down at the bottom, so it kind of made it difficult there. But other than that, I'm happy with the finish I got.
Well, that's good. Congratulations on that 3rd place. Man, it was a crazy one. It was very intense, but like you said, this cautions played such a big role in that race today. Was there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to, or thanks for helping you?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Twisted Motorsports, Speedy Automotive, and Scooters Machine Shop.
Well, folks, you heard it here. Eric Elmore happy with his result today, getting 3rd place in the Rush Series for Friday. Eric, thank you for talking to us. I will see you next week or tomorrow.
Yep, sure thing.
User was moved out of your channel.
Next up, folks, we will be talking to our 2nd place, Matthew Everett. Let me bring him up here.
User was moved to your
Matthew, that was a great race there you had. It was very intense. There were a few points where you were starting to catch up to Mr. Keith Hackney in that 69 car. How did it feel today? Are you happy with your result?
Oh yeah, I'm happy with it. I had to work my way from the back to the front. It wasn't easy. Sticking it down low there on that black, you just had to even that throttle, not giving it too much.
Yeah, folks, and here's just a great example when you can talk about how well people can go from very last to the front. Matthew Everett starting in 11th at the beginning of this race and getting all the way up to 2nd place. Now that deserves some applause there, folks. That's amazing. Matthew, anyone you would like to thank?
Just like to thank Hammer Down for hosting these races. Thank my wife for letting me do this every night, because she lets me do it and doesn't complain about it. Other than that, I have nobody else to thank.
Well, Matthew, that was a great race. It was very fun to watch. Thank you for talking to us. I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
User was moved out of your channel.
Okay, folks, we're going to be talking to Keith Hackney, our first place guy for the results today. It definitely was amazing. Let me bring him in here for you guys.
User was moved to your channel.
Keith, that was an amazing race to watch there. It looked pretty intense. You basically had him from the beginning. I don't think you ever lost to your first place spot. But I gotta ask you, how's it feel to get this win today?
Oh, it feels great, man. This is probably my worst track on here. I was just telling Rob earlier today that I hate this track, and to come away and dominate, and like I did, it was real good.
Yeah, it definitely was a fun one to watch. I mean, there were a few points that looked like the '06 may be getting some ground on you, but I mean, you just kept it there, dude. Every lap you were so consistent. I honestly don't even think I really saw you hit really anyone, or I didn't see you hit the wall very much at all. Maybe once or twice. And I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I sort of got in going into one. I barely scraped it. And that's a bad spot for everybody, but I just tried to keep the composure and just kept it going. And my car was just hooked up on the bottom. Like I wanted to go up high, but it was just there. So I just stayed at the bottom.
yeah, well, it was a fun one to watch. How'd you like the track? Like, did it feel any better to you, or how'd you like it?
Well, it goes back to I like slick tracks, and we practiced earlier on a slick track, so yeah, which was actually a lot worse than this. So I mean, my set it was built for that, and that's what I went with. I didn't change anything from the practice earlier. I just kept everything the same. The only thing I changed was the fuel.
Well, that was a great one to watch, buddy. I hope to see you next week. It doesn't look like you've had any points, so this is going to be your first points for this time around. Thank you so much for talking to us. But first off, I got to ask you: is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Well, I just want to thank Rob for putting on this show here in Hammerdown. I enjoy coming over here under the right circumstances. This paint scheme was made by Noah Samples. It's a real good look. It's actually a look for my BLR for this coming season. And thanks Cymatics and IDA and Weekend Warriors.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Keith is very happy about his result for today. Didn't even think he'd be getting up in that first position, but I'm telling you guys, it definitely was a fun one, and I definitely wouldn't have put my money on Keith, to be honest, but at the end of it, man, it did look good. It was some amazing racing. Pretty intense. Keith had it the whole way, it kind of looked like, but either way, Keith, thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
User was moved out of your channel.
Well, folks, that's going to cut it off for the driver interviews, but I have some people to thank. First off, thank you, Rob, for being just an amazing owner of this place. You're always so responsive. I mean, this dude is crazy. He puts on so much stuff that it's unrealistic, and it's just crazy. So thank you, Rob. I'd just like to thank all the admins of Hammerdown for being so amazing and just always wanting to help everyone, especially like when I was new coming into this admin position. Everyone was wanting to help me. I'd also like to thank my bad guys. Well, folks, while this